Welcome back to Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, and a wonderful event is returning to Huntington Center in Shelton this Sunday, the Hope for the Warriors 8th Annual Sunset Run for the Warriors. And I'm joined today by Steve Bartomioli, a Senior Director of Sports and Recreation for the organization. Steve, so happy to have you.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So first, tell us about Hope for the Warriors. What is the work that they do?
So we're a nonprofit. We help post 9/11 veterans, also active duty Reserve Guard members in all 5 branches. We were started aboard Camp Lejeune in 2006. So this is our going on 12th year, right? So this is our, we do programs in a few different areas. We have clinical health and wellness services where folks can come, get pointed to resources, get direct financial aid. We do transition services, so helping folks get out of the military and into the civilian world. And then we have sports and recreation programs where we do a run series, as you talked about. We're back in Shelton this coming weekend. We have a team program where we partner up with Marine Corps Marathon, New York City Marathon, and get folks out there on the race course wearing our jerseys. And then we do outdoor adventure, so getting folks back into a unit type setting in nature and kind of relaxing and decompressing in those ways.
That's so cool. Now let's talk about the Sunset Run, because there's different levels of this. So if you're a true athlete, there's a run for you. If you just want to have some fun, if you're a kid, there's a kids fun run. So tell us about the different levels, kind of how the event's set up.
Yes, we definitely aim for all ability levels to be out there and participating with us. The history behind that is actually when a service member gets hurt in combat or in training or whatever it might be, our run series could potentially be their first step back into an active lifestyle. So something that's really important to us is making sure that ability for anybody to participate is there. And the other aspect of it is the military family is really important to us. So making sure that the kids can participate and mom and dad can participate with the children. It's definitely an important key factor in what we do. So there's walk. You can walk the 5K if you want to. You can be competitive in the 5K, and we definitely have a 10K for folks to get out and get after it.
Yeah, and tell us kind of a little bit about the atmosphere, because I've been to one of the Sunset Runs, and it's really just an amazing atmosphere. You see some military members there, you see other people cheering them on, the families, you were talking about it. I mean, it's really just supportive in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that's one of the other main initiatives of our race series in general, not just the Sunset Run, but definitely here. Bridging the gap between the civilian world and the military world, giving both sides exposure to the other and making sure that that's there. And that's kind of part of that transition that we do for service members, making sure that, people feel comfortable in their community, going out and seeing that there are people there who care about them.
Now, as Director of Sports and Recreation for the organization, what's something that you've learned or that's really kind of opened your eyes in working with the organization?
Oh,
could be a hard question.
That is definitely a hard question.
I'm sure there's a lot.
I kind of always go back to how resolute the spirit of the warriors that we work with is. Just getting out there after being injured or being in adverse situations and still wanting to compete and get after it in different ways, and what folks are really capable of, and how all of us can apply that in our own lives.
That's really inspiring. Now, people don't even have to run necessarily in the race. They could just kind of be in Huntington Center this weekend and kind of cheering everyone on as they cross that finish line, right?
Correct. Yeah, cheering is definitely highly encouraged. Volunteers, if people want to come down and volunteer, we definitely have a ton of different areas where they can do that, whether it's handing out waters or helping us set up prior to. Whatever it is, we can definitely use the extra hands.
So now how can people sign up if they do want to participate this weekend?
They can go right to our website, which is www.hopeforthewarriors.org, and that's all spelt out. Yeah. And if you go right to the race page, and we're doing bib pickup day before, and and day of. So day before we'll be at, we have a fitness studio we're working with, which I can't remember the name of right
We can
now.
put that information up. We'll put that information up in the post.
And also we start bid pickup at 2 o'clock day of.
That day in Huntington Center.
Correct.
All right, very cool. And how can just people support Hope for the Warriors if they don't participate in this weekend's event?
There's tons of different ways. As I said, definitely volunteerism. We have tons of different opportunities, and those span the country. Donations are always helpful for sure, but get out there, run a race wearing our jersey. Any type of word of mouth support is really helpful, and that's how we get our name out there.
Yeah, and we do want to mention, it is these former military members that do benefit from this race and the money raised in it. Yes, it goes directly to them.
Correct. It comes into the organization and goes into the programs that we put on.
All right, Steve, thank you so much for telling us more about Hope for the Warriors. Really appreciate it. You guys do amazing work.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and we really encourage everyone to go this Sunday in Huntington Center. Check it out, the Sunset Run for the Warriors.